What's the browse performance like? Well, we'll show you. So what I'm on now is I'm on gunmobile.com website. So go check them out. It's just gunmobile.com. So if you want to go purchase this phone, the price on gunmobile.com is $429.99 in stock with free UK delivery. Can't really complain. And there it is. You know, to show you what it's so some of the actual pinch zoom in. Do on the picture so you see a bit better. Pretty good, isn't it? Now, word of warning, with no flash on a website, the browse performance is absolutely fantastic. If there's like quite a lot of flash on the website, it does kind of start to bog down pretty quick, and I've been very surprised at how poor the actual performance is with flash on there. So what we'll do, we'll go to my website just to show you, because I've got a lot of YouTube videos on there. Now, it's not like super the worst performer in the world, but I would expect better from a phone of these specifications, is the honest answer. You know, I'm not going to lie about it. It's the honest answer. I'd expect better. So we'll just wait for the site to fully load, which it has done now. So what we'll do is just give you a quick scroll. As you can see here, it stutters slightly. Don't know if you can see that there. When flashes on the website with this amount of flash, sometimes it doesn't recognise your finger scrolls. If there's no flash on the web page, it is very slick and very fast, and that kind of annoys me as well. Any kind of flash that comes on a website like that, it covers up those there. I think that's obviously a fault of the browser, something LG need to look at in an update at some point. So yeah, flashes on the website, it works, it's okay. I wouldn't recommend running it full time within the browser, is the honest answer. So I've covered the phone, the camera, the browser. Multitasking performance has been very impressive. Speakerphone performance is really good. Held a signal really good. And I think that's pretty much it, you know, apart from the battery. Now, where do I stand in the battery performance? Honest answer, it's okay. Is it the best phone out there? Definitely not. If you're a decent user, you know, let's say you use your phone for quite a lot of texting, a bit of browsing, let's say an average Joe, you're going to get a day out of it, probably a day out of it. If you're a heavy user, I managed to drain the battery from full down to zero pretty much, or just before it went to turn itself off in about 13 hours. Now, that was using it not constantly, but very heavy over one day, and then over the next 2 days, I used it just on and off. You know, I'll use other devices to tweet and stuff like that, and using it to do my text messages, phone calls, and I managed to get a day and a half out of it. So, average user, you're probably going to get about a day out of it. Very heavy user, you may be lucky to get from 9 o'clock in the morning to maybe 9 o'clock at night. So you're probably going to get about 12 hours out of it, you know, maybe more. But if you're just going to work, coming back, you're going to get the full 2 days if you're not going to use it that much. If you're going to use it a lot, you're probably looking at a day under. So it depends what you say by a day, because some people will go 24 hours is a full day, but are you out and about 24 hours a day? Probably not. You're probably going to be going to work at 9, coming home at 5, plug your phone back in, you know, it's only 7 or 8 hours. So depends what you class as a day. If you're classing 24 hours, you won't get 24 hours out of it. You probably get about 12 hours out of it as a heavy user. As an average user, you'll get about 24 to 30 hours. And a light user, you're probably looking at about 36 hours or so. Again, these are just rough indications. I can't say that I've scientifically tested them on a day-to-day basis just to make sure exactly this and exactly that. I'm just giving my overall feel, and that's how I feel it is. It's not a poor performance. It's not the best performance. It's what I generally class as it's a smartphone performance. Smartphone's not the best. Unless you're going to stick in a 4,000 milliamp battery, you ain't going to get days and days and days use out of a phone. It's just not possible. So, out of 10, what would you give the battery? Probably 6.5. So it's not like it's super bad, but it's not. You're not going to be able to use it constantly, day in, day out, and expect it to last. It is 1500 milliamps after all. It's not the biggest battery, but I guess there are always some compromises with these thin phones. So that's pretty much it. Would I recommend this phone, and who would I recommend it to? The answer is yes, I would recommend the phone. Before getting the phone, I'll be honest with you, I was a bit hesitant, thinking it's a gimmick. It's just an LG Optimus X2 with a Prada logo put on it, and to some degree, the specifications wise lead you to believe that it is that. But when you've played with the phone, you've seen how nice the screen is, how the phone looks, and how the phone just generally deals on a day-to-day basis. You can see that it's not just a Prada logo stuck on an LG phone. They've actually thought about it. You know, they've actually put some thought into the actual design process, the way it works, the way it looks, and the performance is pretty impressive. You know, 1 GHz dual core with a gig of RAM, you'd expect it to be pretty good, and it lives up to that expectation. So again, price about $429.99. That's how much Gun Mobile are selling it for at the moment. Again, if you want to go check them out, link is in the description. But yeah, that's it. I would recommend the phone, and I would recommend it to people that how can I say it? That have not had a smartphone before but want to get on the smartphone bandwagon and test what they're like, see what it feels like. You know, what's all this fuss about? What's a smartphone? Do I need one? This phone will be a perfect start because it's high end, but it's not, you know, you're not going to be thinking, oh, I've got the best phone out there, and thinking, oh, I'm a bit underwhelmed. You'll be getting it thinking, you've got a very high spec phone, one of the best spec phones out there. Yeah, it's a 1 GHz instead of 1.2, but you name a better device out there. There's only a couple that kind of beat it in terms of specs, in terms of looks. To be honest with you, not many do beat it. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. If you want to go check it out, the link is in the description. Any questions about it, you know what to do, hit me up down below. Email me, viewers@samjpullen.com, and don't forget to add me on Twitter, which is @samjpullen. Anyway people, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Cheers everyone.